Today we are very pleased to invite Mr. Eric Desonier to our companies. He's from Nouveau Monde Mining. How are you today, Eric?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me.
So first, I have one question about that. For those who might know your company in China, can you give us a brief introduction to your company?
Sure. Nouveau Monde Mining is a company incorporated in Quebec, Canada. We have discovered, actually through exploration, the largest deposit in Canada in size and one of the largest in North America. So that's what we are, and we are developing the project through the production at the moment.
So speaking of graphite, I know that graphite is one of the basic components in lithium batteries. And I also heard that the company recently have a grant from the NSERC about the graphene related project. So can you tell us more about the graphene and its markets?
Yeah, actually, I think a graphite deposit is the base of the company. The value of our graphite in the ground, we have over 3 million tons of graphite valued at $1,500 US roughly. So it's $4.5 billion. It's great, but we need to sell it. So we need to invest in value-added product. And two main streams that we're working on, it's first the lithium-ion battery market, which is completely exploding at the moment, especially with Tesla orders that are coming in. It's fantastic. LG Chem is coming in America. Alivo is there, Exalt, a lot of lithium-ion manufacturers that used to be in Asia historically are coming to America to take that big market share. And especially Tesla and a few of the other lithium-ion manufacturers express the willingness to buy in America instead for environmental reasons, because it's closer to the manufacturer, and for also economic reasons. So we are investing a lot in value-added product and as well in graphene. So that's what the 25,000 grant that we received that you were talking about. It's free money from the government to work with. We are already working with that professor, Mohamed Siaj in UQAM, in the University in Montreal, to convert our graphite into graphene. And he was very successful at doing it in a lab. And now the 25,000 is used to upscale the process and very characterize exactly what we can do with our graphene. So that it will be a 6-month project with a postdoctorate, and that's the 25,000. So it's important to invest in these value-added products. That's where we can our $1,500 per ton of concentrate can become much more. Even in the $10,000. So that's what we need to do.
Good to hear. And what do you think that the Nouveau Monde can stand out among its rivals in graphite markets?
Yeah, there is, it's the only new discovery in America in graphite. All the other projects were projects that were discovered either in the 80s, 90s, and they didn't go into production because at the time there was always something that was not okay. So what we did, we decided to explore using geophysics. That's my background. I have a master in geophysics. All around the only producing mine in America, which is owned by Imerys Graphite and Carbon. We knew they were out of ore. We have made some surveys for them, so we knew exactly what it was in '82 and what it is today. So we know that there's not so much left, and they announced it publicly that they have probably until 2020 in their mine. So we wanted to find the exact same high quality material, a lot of jumbo flakes, a lot of large flake at the highest purity possible. So to answer your question, what is the biggest strength of the asset that we have? It's the high purity. We can achieve 98% purity just by simple mechanical means, crushing, grinding, flotation, and as well the location. We are an hour and a half north of Montreal. The labor is right there. You can order a pizza while you are on the deposit. There's no other deposit like this. So why Imerys went into production in '89 and not the other deposit that were discovered? It's two things: low capex, it won't cost a lot of money to go into production. Low opex, you need to be a low cost producer of graphite, and you need to be high purity graphite in the niche market. Having 98% purity, it means we can tap in all other market. And you don't want to compete with our friends in China that are, they don't have much of that type of graphite with high purity and a lot of jumbo and large flex. So that's why Imerys survive all these years in the graphite market. It's because they have that niche high purity graphite that they can produce at a low cost. And it's exactly what we have discovered after all that exploration in the last 2 years.
So you said you have a really high purity graphite, and I want to ask some about your project. So what are the upcoming milestones of the monuments that we can look forward to in 2016?
2016, it's a great year for us. We have discovered that specific deposit last year. We have drilled 11,000 meters on that new discovery to prove up now 84 million ton of ore, 3 million ton of graphite. So do the math, if 3 million ton of graphite itself that we have proven up in the 43-101 that we just filed a month ago. So it's a brand new discovery. So 3 million ton of graphite, it's 60 years mine life with 50,000 ton a year production. So it's a huge deposit. So now we are working on that deposit to make the economics. The preliminary economic assessment will be out in June. That's where we'll tell the market for the first time the value of the project in terms of NPV, IRR, CapEx, OpEx. That will be out in June. So that's very important for us. And we are moving forward with the feasibility study that will be out in the middle of 2017. And we do all the drilling to improve the accuracy of the resource, all the environmental studies. That's what we do this summer. On top of this, we are doing also economical assessment of making value-added products. So that should come up in the second half of 2016 as well. How much it costs to make spherical graphite and this graphene processing as well. So that's a lot of milestones in 2016. It's moving very fast.
And it's all on the way.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it sooner.
Exactly.
And is there any financing plan for Nouveau Monde in the short term?
Yes, the big financing, you see, as we speak, next week we're having a lot of institutional investors. Our shareholding base is the big Quebec institution. Like Caisse de dépôt, they have 10% of our company. Caisse de dépôt is the second largest pension fund in Canada, $250 billion under management. It's a huge fund. Another fund, FTQ, they have 5%. They have 11 billion under management. We have directly the Quebec government with a fund named CIDEX. We have Desjardins. So big institutional shareholders like this expressed interest to do the 30 to 40% of our next round. So yes, there will be a financing. It should be in September. All these guys are coming next week in the field. They are desperately waiting for the PA that will be out in June. They will look at it. And probably around 1st of September, we'll close a financing between $5 and $10 million with one of the brokered by one of the big banks in Canada and the institutional shareholders participating in that round. Maybe in the short term, as we speak, before summer, we may do a small financing to cover the summer exploration to wait for that bigger financing with the institutional shareholder. That's something we are planning as we speak.
So near the end, what else do you want the potential investors to know about your company?
Yeah, I want them to know the tremendous opportunity. There's two main opportunities at the moment when I look at our asset and our company. Is first, there's one mine in America. They produce 25,000 tons since 25 years and it's shutting down in the next 5 years. We have the exact same type of quality graphite deposit. It's a huge $5 billion company. So we have this market share to take, this 25,000 ton from them, and as well the lithium-ion market, the lithium-ion battery manufacturers in America will require so much graphite. So just for an example, Tesla, 400,000 order in a few weeks.
Yes.
Of a car that doesn't exist yet, but just to make these 400,000 cars, they need 40,000 ton of graphite, which is 2 years of the production of North America, and they want it in America. So there is a tremendous opportunity. And Tesla, it's a small company compared to GM and all the big car makers. Tesla sold last year 50,000 cars in a year, and GM is selling that in a weekend. So So, and what is happening now is that GM, Chrysler, Ford, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW, everyone is making an all-electric option for their customer, and it will happen in the next years. And they want to source locally. So that's great to diversify, not only sourcing in China, but as well in America.
Yeah.
That's very important for these car makers. So there is a tremendous opportunity.
So more opportunities for Nouveau Monde too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for being here and joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.